Hello, viewer! Want to start dominating the Mech Arena but don't know how? In this video, I'll guide you through the basics, give you useful tips, and of course, give you bonuses. Every viewer will receive an excellent weapon set and a mech for free. Let's dive in. Agree, every new player in Mech Arena is eager to get free bonuses, mechs, and weapons, right? I won't leave you without a bonus, dear newbie. Open the description, there's a link that gives almost everything you need to dominate the battlefield. If you create an account, you'll get Epic Pilot Nova, Epic Rocket Launcher Missile Rack 6, 2 of them, resources for leveling up, 300 A-coins, 10,000 credits, 500 pilot marks, and 5,000 implant parts. Here are a few reasons why I recommend this set. First, the damage from Missile Rack 6 is just huge. If you face a particularly tough enemy, just fire a double volley and the opponent disappears. If someone is nearby, they'll also take area damage. You can equip these weapons on the basic Mech Paragon and increase the damage by placing Pilot Nova in the mech. She boosts rocket weapon damage. Resources can be used for minor upgrades, making it the best combination for a newbie. The best part is, you can get the bonus on both PC and smartphone. On PC, a registration form will open where you need to create an account and download the game. On a smartphone, you'll land on a page showing the bonuses, click the single button, and you'll be redirected to the App Store. Just download and start the game. Did you think that was all the bonuses? No, I won't leave you without a cool mech. The game has a feature for entering promo codes. Open the game, check your mail, and click the promo codes button below. Then enter the promo code MidGame. It gives you the excellent Guardian mech. Why am I praising it so much? It's an assault mech with average defense and maneuverability stats. The mech's ability releases an EMP wave in front of it, which puts the enemy's abilities and weapons on cooldown, making the player nearly invincible in close combat for a short period. For example, if you've captured a point and 1 or 2 enemies approach you, you activate the ability and they could do nothing except retreat or take a barrage of shots. Pretty powerful, right? And of course, you need to fully upgrade this mech. Here are 2 promo codes that will give you resources. The first promo code is MidGame Gift. Enter it and receive 20,000 credits, 100 A-coins, 500 implant parts, and 100 pilot marks. The second promo code is MidGamer. It gives you 30,000 credits and 1 Prodigy crate. But it's too early to enter the promo code. After your first launch, you'll be taken through a tutorial. The very first mission gives a clear introduction to the 3 basic mechanics: shooting, moving, and capturing points. The mission takes about 1 minute. Then the guide will walk you through the upgrades, buying mechs and weapons. All of this is interspersed with simulation battles where you'll fight bots. After completing all the stages, grab the bonus that I'm giving away through the link in the description. Only after that can you enter the promo code and get another mech. After that, you're free to do whatever you want. But let's go step by step. What should a beginner do in the game? The first and most important thing is completing daily, weekly, and other tasks, which you'll find in this tab. But the most important ones will be the gear tasks. Viewer, this is your leveling guide. The rewards here are fantastic, and if you complete each part of the tasks, you can earn legendary quality items, which will be a big help for a beginner. Also, pay attention to the starter tournament where you can get the Arachno Spider mech and many other rewards. And in general, if you want to get a mech or a weapon for free, check out this tab. There are always events and tournaments here. I hope the economic part is clear. Now, onto the core mechanics, briefly and simply so that you, the viewer, can quickly get into the game. Robots, or rather mechs, in the game. Each mech has its own armor, strengths, weaknesses, speed, and abilities. The abilities vary depending on the class of mech. Tanks usually have shielding abilities, while support provides buffs to the team or debuffs to enemies. Assault mechs have average stats across the board. Recon mechs are light, fast, and maneuverable, but with worse defense than assault mechs, so they can't engage in direct combat. Defensive mechs have good armor and lots of health, serving as the main breakthrough force in any battle. Support mechs often have very different sets of stats, but are typically slow machines with moderate defense. But after years of the game's development, it's not necessary to talk about class abilities anymore, since every mech has its own unique ability. Classes no longer limit anything except for stats. You can storm with a support mech, but you just need to build a good loadout and use its features. Sure, you won't turn an MD into a tank, but you can certainly make it a durable and annoying support for the enemy. Mechs, weapons, and pilots can all be upgraded. There are 7 levels of upgrade that increase key stats, and then the rank up feature becomes available. Ranking up increases the number of stars and significantly boosts stats, energy capacity of the mech, weapon damage, and damage bonuses from pilots. Levels can be increased with blueprints and regular currency, but rank ups require A-coins. The thing that impresses me the most is the sheer variety of weapons in Mech Arena. Sure, about 25% are just stronger versions of others, but that doesn't change the fact that the game offers a ton of weapons. Each gun has its own damage type and, logically, its own playstyle. You know what's funny? If I had talked about each weapon type before, when there were 9 in the game, now after all the updates and changes, the lines have blurred, but the core class principle remains, and I'll explain it. Assault weapons let you fire in bursts or fully automatic, but the damage is moderate, so you can't quickly destroy enemies. Rocket weapons fire projectiles that deal area damage. By the way, among them is the excellent missile rack with massive damage. Laser weapons fire beams that apply status effects and deal consistent damage thanks to their fast tick rate. Close-range weapons like shotguns and lightning guns have a simple principle: high damage at ranges of up to 40 meters, but it's better to shoot enemies in the back for even more damage. Sniper weapons are long-range rifles that can one-shot an enemy, but their small magazine and long reload time make them less effective at distances below 80 meters. Precision weapons fire projectiles that deal small area damage or hit a target directly. They work at mid-range and can shoot around obstacles. Artillery deals maximum damage from long range, but the projectile travels slowly in an arc, and the long reload time makes it a more passive playstyle. Grenade launchers shoot in an arc and deal decent area damage. They are versatile and work at ranges of up to 100 meters. Heavy weapons have a large ammo capacity, low damage, and are suited for mid-range, but with this kind of weapon, survivability is key. Personally, I think some categories could be combined. For example, heavy and assault, since they both have machine guns and their ammo capacity is similar. But that's just something for the developers to think about. Each type of weapon has its own specific use, so try them out, watch my videos, and leave comments. Maybe you're interested in a particular weapon and want a build video to see if it's worth using. Here's how builds are done, step by step. 1. Choose a mech. Its survivability depends on its stats. Study its ability and understand in which situations it works best. For example, Paragon's boost ability can be used to escape enemy fire or close the gap with an opponent faster. 2. Choose a weapon. The type of weapon determines the range of engagement. For a beginner, I recommend something simple that can get kills at 120 meters. I'm sure you'll love the missile rack, but remember to retreat for a reload. Anything can happen in those 10 seconds. 3. Choose a pilot. The right pilot will give a damage boost to your weapons. Nova, for instance, increases damage from rocket weapons. 4. Consider the map type. Some maps have long corridors, while others have dense structures. Your build might be ineffective on open maps, so having 2 builds ready won't hurt. But you probably want to know which mechs and weapons are currently the meta. Here's a quick way to find out what's dominating the game. Check the top 3 clans and look at what each player uses in their hangar, and with which mechs they combine their weapons. As a beginner, you won't be able to replicate their builds exactly, but you can use parts of them to improve your own setup. Oh, and by the way, you can create squad presets. The main advantage is that you can quickly switch your mechs before a battle. For example, you might have one preset for tournaments, another for regular battles, and a third for free-for-all or 5v5. You could switch between them with just one click. What else haven't I told you about? Of course, I haven't talked about pilots, a crucial part of the gameplay. Pilots, as you already know, increase mech health, weapon damage overall, and damage from weapons they specialize in. Pilots can be upgraded and equipped with implants. Implants provide various bonuses: faster reload times, ability buffs, increased weapon damage, and extended weapon range. The rarer the pilot, the more implants you can equip. For example, a rare pilot can equip only 2 implants, while a legendary one can equip 4. Also, it's important to note that a fully upgraded legendary pilot gives a plus 40% boost to stats, while a rare pilot gives only 17%. Don't forget that you start with the epic pilot Nova, so you won't need to buy a new pilot for a while. I've covered the basics of equipment and the starting economy, but what about leveling up? After all, unlocking new items depends on leveling. The fastest way to level up is by completing tasks in the daily and weekly task tabs, as well as the gear tasks. These tasks will significantly boost your leveling and give you many additional rewards, which are always helpful. However, I wouldn't recommend leveling up and ranking up too quickly, because the higher your rank, the tougher your opponents will be. I've leveled up several accounts myself, so I know what I'm talking about. You should only accelerate your leveling if you're actively playing and following these 3 principles. 1. Complete tasks. 2. Use XP boosters, which are available in the Battle Pass. 3. Participate in battles. The more you fight, the faster you level up. Speaking of leveling up, let's talk about game modes. Playing everything isn't the best idea. You should focus on modes that offer the most rewards per battle. The simplest mode for beginners is Capture Points, where you run around the map, capturing points while taking down enemies. It's also great for training before tournaments. The 5v5 mode is dynamic, where your reaction and map knowledge are key. Another interesting PvE mode is Power Surge. The goal is to complete missions with specific conditions. To succeed, you need the right mechs and weapons. In these missions, you fend off waves of enemies, use your abilities, and move around the map as directed. I won't even mention tournaments for now because as a beginner, you need to level up and equip yourself with at least 4 mech setups. This takes time and resources. High-level tournaments are a whole different universe. Why? Well, let me give you a glimpse of high-level play and you'll see for yourself. First of all, the game becomes 2 or even 3 times faster. You have to watch everything and keep an eye on the minimap so you don't get hit by a random one-shot. And overall, the difficulty increases since everyone knows how to play. They use advantages and they try to dominate. Speaking of one-shots, high-level players build one-shot setups that can destroy anything with any amount of health. It could be long-range or close-range, but you'll definitely suffer from one-shots until you build a similar setup using EM rifles or something similar. High-level play is all about farming tournaments and currency to buy new weapons and keep upgrading. The problem is that catching up with top players in terms of power will take a long time. In Mech Arena, playing with friends is encouraged, as there's a 2v2 mode, and it's much easier to dominate and win streaks with a friend. You can add friends here by entering their nickname, which they'll send you, and participate in team battles together. The main principle remains the same as in any other game. Keep leveling up, developing, and getting kills. Just make sure you don't take too long of a break, or you'll forget the mechanics and have to learn the game again. Donations in the game are a whole different topic, and that's material for another video. Yes, Mech Arena has a shop with great offers where you could buy something really cool for a small price. There are discounts on currency, weapons, and even mechs with pilots. I've spent a fair amount of my own money on the game and haven't regretted a single purchase, as each one was thoughtful and planned. The only thing that slightly annoys me about the donations is that after the first launch, you get hit with 6 or more pop-ups offering deals, and you have to close them constantly. But other than that, it doesn't interfere with the gameplay or progression. In fact, sometimes great deals come up that help with progression. Well, dear viewer and beginner, how do you feel about this information that I've structured especially for you? I hope it gave you something to think about. Want to try Mech Arena yourself? Click the link in the description, grab the exclusive bonus, register, enter the promo code, and dominate the battlefield. But if you decide to download the game from another source or the Play Store, you won't get these awesome bonuses. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Also, I've selected a couple of interesting videos for you that I recommend checking out. See you soon!